Myself in the City by Iris Tree. Winding down the street in wearied gait, the barrel organ dribbles out its song merged with the thud of feet, forever dallying, indifferent and indefinite, along. The houses stood like rows of cripples, some paralyzed, some hunchbacked, and some bent with age. They seemed at war, their chimneys threatening, their brows hung heavy in a sombre rage. Crab-like the children crawled, while always hammering above their heads the scolding, shrewish tongue. They grew, as bloodless flowers unflourishing, waxen and pale from out the dust and dung. And one could see the strip of sunset fluttering, even as washed-out rags upon the line. And one could hear the sparrows twittering, and the hours ticking in a slow decline. Then, beaded on the hem of evening, the coloured lights were threaded here and there, till, proud with sweets and plumes and oranges, the shops grew brilliant in the tinsel glare. Grey was the deathbed of the twilight, shuddering the faint hands of the day stretched to the night, fending it off, or feebly wavering over the pallid glints of stolen light. And grey the faces that were gathering among the fallen ashes of the day, and red the faces, yellow, flickering, under the lamps upon the long highway. And some were gashed with smiles, and quaint grimaces of hate, and pain, and hunger, and despair. And some wore coloured hats and meek frivolities, limp ribbons and false pansies in their hair, and all were cold, and all seemed passionless. There shone no zest or splendour in their lives, nor hope in anything but holidays, or watching funerals, or taking wives. I dared not think, for truth rose horrible, slapping the face with coarse, uncaring hand, but like them cheated into merriment, I wilfully refused to understand. Turned me away from one-eyed poverty, trod pity underfoot, oh, danced on grief, bade the crowd sing and fill my desolation, bade them be glad and hide my disbelief, whirl me down the tide where there's no tarrying, sweep me in the long river of the road. They do not fear the end of vanity, they look to heaven for their last abode. They do not care but live their miseries, as I, for there is nothing else to do. And so I passed on, tired and visionless, and shook the dust prophetic from my shoe. Strange we so love the world, for presently, out of my window looking on the city, I blessed the night, and the roofs slumbering all huddled, and I felt nor shame nor pity that all the ships of life are harbourless, and all the winds unkind, and all the waves bent to obliteration for eternity, and all their billows little hollow graves, but only breathed the air, intensified by the ascending breath of million lungs, and heard the labouring metropolis, quickened by whisper of a million tongues, and felt a king of splendid loneliness, and felt an atom of the peopled spaces, and felt again my lordly egoism, one face distinct among the blur of faces. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.